morality was really just another rapist. And I don't intend to hesitate when asked who was the stronger. Tara, like Assange, knew that carrying the truth would be the hardest labor. Tara knew that her assailant wasn't gonna make us any safer, and knew he's just the type of man to hand a decent foreign leader US printed walking papers, and knew he'd be relentless and aggressive in the war he'd wage upon her very character. That his attempts to weaken and degrade and embarrass her would be her only compensation. But I strongly doubt that anyone could ever have foreseen the stream of hate that came from quote-unquote progressives and the self-styled titans of survivor advocation. So if you really think there's something to be gained out of sharing your pain with the world, you are sorely mistaken. The Biden team just drug their feet addressing Tara's allegations. Until they had a decent list of smears, then they aired them out on every station. And it turns out no one wants to hear the truth of who they praised as being worthy of such bloated liberal celebration. That no one wants to really know the person they've so valiantly defended, even when it meant they had to gloat and shit all over someone braver than they'd be if given the occasion. Now cue the faceless comment squad invasion. Cue those fuckers crawling out the woodwork to come analyze the way you wore your hair and what you wear. Like your appearance waives your rights, or that somehow you're the reason for your situation. Somehow they've decided you should bear responsibility for what such monstrous men insist on doing. Somehow they're deluded by the empty, hypocritical, and useless fucking platitudes that bastard keeps on spewing. I think it's very telling that the best of their excuses when they try to come and justify our president's abuses is a hearty butt Trump. In which case I'll remind you that you never saw the news attempt to sell us Donald Trump like he was morally upstanding or a decent human. But when Joe says something bigoted or ogles someone's little kid, CNN says, "Isn't this refreshing? Biden's like a mix of JFK and FDR with all the finer parts of Harry Truman." Christ, I know that they don't think that we're the brightest, but at least pretend we got a couple lumens. Ask yourself if you have ever questioned what they fed you, or do you just shut your eyes and then consume it? And now ask yourself if you ate every one of Biden's lies under guise of harm reduction and the promise of a slight improvement. And now imagine long ago that Biden chose to show you who he really was by traumatizing you for his amusement. Now imagine that you watched him touch a Bible with those filthy hands, and then assume the power of the highest seat in all the land, of knowing your attacker wields a global coalition born of three-letter agencies who'll make a life's mission out of trying to discredit you through lies, damn lies, and collusion. Big tech is never gonna separate from our surveillance state. Fuck's sakes, they're just a breath away from total fusion. So there will come a time where even if you see the light, your voice will never reach the sky through all the bots and all the noise pollution. So trust us when we tell you that the masking of abuses is perhaps this country's oldest institution. And I know nothing nobler than facing it in honor of the truth when you know that the people holding power have been neutralizing truth since there was wet ink on the Constitution. So know that Tara's truth is something crucial to the movement. And if you see yourself a partner to the revolution, help this country see through all the baseless propaganda through the crux of Joe's illusions. And recognize that Tara Reade gave everything she had so she could tell us what the truth is. Recognize the decent thing to do when someone bears their soul and shows their bruises is not to ask for context or offer up your own solutions. Your job is just to listen with an honest mind and put yourself on Tara's side a moment so you understand the path she chooses. That there is no instant fame worth the dragging of your name. And if that's what you think, you've a lot to learn about the kind of facts the mob can handle and the kind that it refuses. You've a lot to learn about the news and all its many uses. Guess you've yet to learn the truth the news will serve as fruit from which they've squeezed out all the juices. And we all eat the husk and just pretend it's full of nutrients and isn't really useless. But the jaws of our ability to yield accountability are absolutely toothless. So don't you kid yourself that any lips are being loosened. They won't ever tell us where the bodies are or show us where the proof is. It's on you to recognize the lechery our president so regularly oozes. It's on you to muster up some honesty and ask yourself how Biden won your trust, but it's America that loses. Open up your eyes and learn to recognize the bruises. Open up your eyes and learn to recognize the bruises. March of Dimes. Family fun run cancer bonanza. Front page of Apartheid Times. All of the charm of a car bomb. Arms wide open, taking no targets alive. Dark was the night, save for a red glow painting the sky in a sickening light. Like a scene out of hell or a day in an utterly alien life. When the fire runs wild. These are the years where the wild is more your daily drive. To wrestle the truth of extinction from out of the jaws of your pride. So open them wide, now is the time, there's nothing to fight. Blasted or sworn to defy, the end is the same and we're inches away from the line. So abandon your ego to die, the bed that we made is where we go to die. Low painting the sky in a sickening light. Hideous sight. Such a storm of convulsion and vile expulsion from out of our mouths and our eyes. But these are the rights they implore us to exercise, with our signature forged and our hands all tied. And with eye contact and a senator's smile, they thank you for saving democracy right as they tighten the binds. Right when they're joining your chain to your neighbors, leading you out in a line. Call it the March of Dimes. One more charity parody. Hold back grants while we dance for the president's salary. Funding the bunkers where all of the wealthy will cower to witness our steepest decline. To err is a trait so inherently human. And to hoard enough wealth that you peacefully sleep when those humans are burning alive is truly divine. If divinity really means withered and fully decaying inside, you could live with yourself till you run out of wine and ring for a drone off a prime, skim a little off of the top of the March of Dimes. Sign of our system of capital, head to the sky with a hideous cry that mimics the suffering families out on the street that have built a career out of passing by, who were part of the great design, part of a citizen base with its fate resigned, part of a two-party system where both of the goals align, and the end result is more housing crisis than the plot device of 2009. Capitalism demanded a sacrifice, so I walk to the square, hand them my son, and they hand me the dice. I roll for his life. To an equal extent, you could say I was rolling for mine. I'd called any favor, I paid any bribe, but it's all up to me for the roll, so I close my eyes. And the sound of the crowd is the same for a 1 or a 5. Two equal outcomes playing as though they're on opposite sides. And I know in my heart that on 4 out of 6 he'll be fine. But I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight. I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight. I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight. Nah, I can't seem to roll them, I can't let them go, I'm just holding them tight. I'm just holding them tight.
You know, sir, I like you much better with my glasses off.
I guess I was born with the curse of foresight, cause I knew Joe was only gonna represent the war side. And that said, I just came to fight. You could keep the or flight. Save the surprise and the gasp when the shadow the fascists have cast is on your doorstep in the glow of your porch light. Save the surprise when the grid goes down and we go underground to lick wounds in the gloom of a torchlight. While up in the sky, a blimp glides by with a sign like New Year's 2022. Brought to you jointly by Pfizer and Coors Light. While the centrists observe from a comfortable courtside, right in the thick of the action behind a partition. We're in a morbid position, a plague of evictions, born a comorbid condition of the cancer of wealth. I fantasize that I cancel myself. Hands on your head, throw your best laid plans in the well. There are no more answers, questions go back on the shelf. All Joe's donors, a quick show of hands. How many of you sub to the Lockheed Martin OnlyFans? How many are loyalist patrons for the Raytheon Patreon? Occupy Iraq and send $1 million off into the great beyond. Cool yourself with the safety on. True to yourself in as much as you dutifully spew out a mucus of QAnon. You can't convince me the Capitol wasn't surrendered with every intention of digging us deeper down into the treacherous webbing of censorship, ebbing your speech and dissension so you can't hold Biden accountable. Not in his mentions and not in the streets. No to the end that Joe will defend the elite. Joe won't embarrass McConnell, but Joe's not embarrassed if all of your children are hungry and weak. Too hungry to speak. Too hungry to stand, they just lie at his feet. Joe is fresh out of empathy, fresh out of policy, but he'd love to know, what was your favorite ice cream flavor to eat? Back when you used to eat. I guess the road isn't rocky for people who thought we were free.
IndependentLeft.news.
Independent Left News.
Indie Left News.
Independent Left News.
Oh yeah, and I get news from Independent Left.
Thank you, independentleft.news.
They actually put up posts of different shows, different things going on.
Check out Indie Left. They're doing a lot of good things. They're on Twitter and Instagram, and they've helped promote our show a lot.
Thanks for the work you do behind the scenes too. This man does our Discord and some other help, so I just love to shout him out. Thanks so much, man. Yeah.
They kind of really do a great job of pushing.
Thank you, Independent Left, for reminding me of that.
Check out independentleft.news.
IndieNews.Network.
Indie Left, shout out.
Oh, bitches.
Oh man, we're really gonna have to update some of those videos. It's feeling like the beginning of the Jimmy Dore stuff. Let me tell you, holy crap! Woo! Happy Sunday night. It is. How did we miss that? Wow! We're back for another week. Episode 35. INN, Independent Left News, Leftist.today. How did we miss that? You got Indy, the Bong Father, that's me. You got Reefer over there to my other side. And I'm looking at him and I'm holding up Bong and I'm like, dude, let's go. Because we got some pretty crazy stories this week. It's been a busy week. And again, I'm super geeked to be here and see everyone in chat already. We got more than a dozen people watching between all the streams and YouTube and Rockfin. We're live on Rockfin. We're about to get a baker's dozen. We get one more in. According to Rockfin, how many we got right now? We have got 6 on Rockfin, including Roar Oz. How are you, buddy? Good to see you over there. We've got 8 over on, 8 over between, probably all on the YouTubes. Welcome to the YouTubes. Please, everybody, share this. Somebody, please drop this into the INN thread so that everybody knows and can share it from there as well. We've got some new family and some new people that are joining the team. Now we're excited about that. But wow, there's been so much happening in the last week. Wow. I have a whole list of stuff, and I figure we'll just give it time for everyone to kind of get in. Briefing out bullshit a little bit, even though we've been talking all day and all week. What have you been up to today? Because I didn't talk to you much today. I never talked to you really much today. So
I had to fight with a Zoom program. It was not fun.
They suck.
They really do.
Trendy Nick, welcome Trendy Nick, welcome Les Bones. How's everybody? What's happening? Hot stuff. Valerie, how are you? Good to see you as well. All the fams here. Everybody, yes, we finally catching a live stream. Well, you're here at 10 o'clock on Sunday nights. We're pretty consistent with when we're live, when we're actually live. Now, next Sunday, we're not going to be live because Indy's going on a little holiday with the family. Thank you very much. So we'll spend a few days at the beach and we'll see how that goes and try to relax and unplug. I don't know how successful that's going to be, but I'm going to try.
Baby lock for Twitter on Indy's phone. Who's got that?
You literally will have to uninstall it and throw my phone in the fucking ocean, dude. Seriously, like, come on.
Yeah. I'll let your wife know that that's the plan.
Yep. That's that's what Mrs. Bongfather does. So appearances this week, as far as where we were and what we did. Holy moly! We had shows. We had INN News. We had episode 2 of Jesse's show, and all the clips, by the way, are on IndieNews.Network, YouTube.com/IndieNews.Network. Fire segments, absolute fire segments, songs, spoken word. Had such a good time doing that. Wednesday we did INN News with Care Bear and Uncle Colin and Jesse. Also joined us, and he performed a spoken word piece that he wrote about the progressive movement, whatever you want to call them. That was pretty interesting. That was a lot of fun there. And Tara had Garland Nixon on this week, so definitely go support Tara. That was a lot of fun. Again, INN stuff happening all week long. That's where a lot of our focus is, in addition to covering news and amplifying news and sharing all the different videos and articles from the INN members, but also from all different independent content creators around the space. So again, we'll go into welcome everybody to How Do We Miss That? How Do We Miss That? It's a show airing on Rockfin, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Odyssey, and Telegram Sunday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, reviewing a few big stories that we hadn't seen covered much in our independent media channels this week. Hosted by Indy, that's me, founder and editor of Independent Left News and Leftist.today, as well as IndieNews.Network, and Reef Breland, who is the co-founder of IndieNews.Network, creator of the Jimmy Dore Discord, unofficial, and the host of Reefer After Dark and INN News. So check all those things out. All the stories that we're going to talk about tonight. Oh, he's giving his Queen's wave. Hi, Queen. So all the stories tonight were featured it's sometime this week in Independent Left News and Leftist.today. And please make sure, again, to share this link, like the stream, subscribe to our channel on all the platforms that you watch and listen. We're literally everywhere, right down to a podcast. I know that we're now on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google Podcasts. We're everywhere. Just search How Do We Miss That? Also, Friends of Indie Left is starting to become available everywhere. It's getting registered and picked up finally after 7 really killer episodes.
Nice.
As always, we want to give a shout out. We need to give a shout out to our patrons and Ko-fi supporters because we really appreciate the support that they throw to us. And that's Eric T. Red, who's probably already in the chat. If he's not here already, he will be soon. We got Shadowban Refugee, Odale, and he hooked us up on Rockfin with some tips over there. We are monetized on Rockfin. I was actually talking about that on Twitter today. How Rockfin does allow us to monetize and to share that content, to share that money with other content creators and spread the wealth. But YouTube, of course, steals money from content creators, and we're live on YouTube, and we're not crazy about it, but that's where a lot of the eyeballs are. That's where everybody is, and I certainly would love for everybody to jump over, and I would rather have everyone chatting over on Rockfin. I'll certainly drop the link to the Rockfin live stream over in our chat everywhere else, so you can join us. Rockfin's a free platform. You don't have to pay money to join. You don't even have to sign up to watch a live video. But if you do want to chat, or if you want to give it a thumbs up, you would need to sign up with a Gmail or with an Apple Mail or with a Facebook account, or you can sign up with your own email address. Really easy to do. And again, there's a premium subscription. We don't make very many of our videos premium. We make 1 or 2 clips for a day, and then they're free, available to everyone. We want to hook up people that do sign up for the premium membership on the site, which gives you premium access to all of the content that every content creator makes premium. That's Max Blumenthal and Convo Couch, and I know Frank Analysis has a lot of premium videos. Whitney Webb has a bunch of premium stuff. So again, you're Alex Rubenstein, who had a great great article recently, Pro-Democracy Pod, all premium Rockfin. So it's certainly worth the $9.99 a month. Plus, you'd hook up us. And we're looking to hopefully get more channels, like us on the platform. And we're watching this thing grow, and we're really excited. And we appreciate everybody who's already subscribed and followed and shared a stream. We're co-streaming The Political Matrix. We've co-streamed Reefer After Dark. We've co-streamed Extra Booyah. We've co-streamed a bunch of different interviews and shows. So, that's what we want to do is help build channels and help build the platform and help independent voices that are on the way up right now. That's what we're excited about. So,
and that's why we appreciate you, because you help us do it, and I appreciate you specifically.
Appreciate you. We appreciate you.
I appreciate yous.
You. So, and of course,
moving the camera. My new camera position is nice because it makes me like, oh, I can look to camera.
Sorry, I got stuck on the Rockfin donations, but Sarah Wagner donated last night on Political Matrix. Thank you. I'm going to make sure that gets to Marcus. And I think it was somebody else gave a $5 donation. Again, Marcus got a few bucks in tips last night. Patreon, we've got Les Bones, who's here in the chat, Nikki, Radical Leftist Agenda, and the two Richards, Richard M. and the other Richard over on Patreon again. And then we've got our volunteers, and we've got Big Mad Crab, our creative director, and Phantomos Phanto, and Fred, and the Muffin Man, and Fred Edward, and Darlene, Dare to be Darlene, and the resident skeptic Chris Gilman, and Nicole over on Instagram, and Paco doing the audio engineering. Thank you, everybody. Really, this whole engine doesn't run without everybody, and of course the guy who's sitting next to me that handles a ton of stuff, and Alex Davidson, one of our friends, fans who we really deeply appreciate, likes every single Substack post every day. And again, one of the reasons why we really enjoy doing this and keep going, even on a day when we don't want to do it. Couple last minute notes. Of course, How Do We Miss That Clips channel on Rumble. Go to rumble.com/c/how did we miss that. And you can get all the clips from every episode going back to, I think, episode 2. And we're up to episode 35 tonight. So there's hundreds of clips. Nice. and different articles and things that are covered, and it's solely this show and solely the clips broken down, so there's no fluff in between. And I really appreciate everybody going and subscribing to that. I think we've already got about 85 or 90 people signed up. Our regular channel on Rumble, which is rumble.com/c/IndLeftNews, that's already got like close to 400 signed up, so that's awesome. So we do have some people following us on Rumble. Again, podcast of the stream is available. Go to anchor.fm/independentleftnews, and you'll be able to find whatever platform it's on. It's all the links to all 9 platforms that it exports out to. Or you can search How Did We Miss That, and you can leave a 5-star rating, subscribe. Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify, Overcast, everywhere that you subscribe. Again, I talked about what we did this week. And now,
on with the show.
Hey, you're stealing my stuff here. Okay. And here's our thumbnail. Thank you again to Big Mad Crab for our badass thumbnail. And let's switch to our slideshow, and we're going to present. And why is that doing that? Oh, because I haven't got to turn on slideshow. Hey! Things work. Rockfin is hard, Valerie. I understand and I feel you. Some people do have a hard time with it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do some kind of a stream soon about how to sign up for Rockfin, and we'll do a little walkthrough for everyone so we can help them. I think that's a great idea. Tonight's first article: The Subtleties of Anti-Russia Leftist Rhetoric, from Off Guardian, which is an outstanding publication that initially I heard about, I think, through Whitney Webb, maybe through some other. I know Steve from Slow News Day reads them regularly. But this was a really spicy article, and I agreed with it quite a bit. And I wanted everyone to take a look because it does take a shot at some of the sacred cows on the left and in the space. All right, so again, while the so-called liberal and conservative corporate mainstream media, who are all stenographers for the intel agencies, pour forth the most blatant propaganda about Russia and Ukraine that is so conspicuous that it's even comedic if it weren't so dangerous. Self-depicted cognoscenti is also ingests subtler messages, often from the alternative media. I read that first paragraph, like, I love what I'm reading already. This guy's great. All right. Oh, as a woman, this writer is great. Tripped up there. I know, and who knows my so-called sociological analyses of propaganda, contacted me to tell me there was an excellent article about the war in Ukraine at The Intercept. Oh boy. An online publication funded by billionaire Pierre Omidyar, as we know, who she's long considered an example of much deceptive reporting wherein truth is mixed with falsehoods to convey a liberal narrative that fundamentally supports the ruling elites while seeming to oppose them. Right, fierce adversarial journalism, I seem to recall, was the phrase to describe The Intercept. So this, of course, is nothing new, since the MO of all corporate media in their own ideological and disingenuous ways, as all the ones that we know and love for a very long time. Right, so out of respect for her judgment as a friend of hers, knowing how deeply she feels about suffering people, she reads the article, and it's written by Alice Speary, and it's an ambiguous title. The left in Europe confronts NATO's resurgence after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Until I saw the subtle headline, the subtitle, that begins with the words, Russia's brutal invasion complicates, but I read on. By the fourth paragraph, it became clear where this article was going. Speary writes that in Ukraine, by contrast with Iraq, it was Russia that had staged an illegal, unprovoked invasion, and U.S.-led support to Ukraine was understood by many as crucial to stave off even worse atrocities than those the Russian military had already committed, which was her episode.
What? No. Effing F?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. While ostensibly about European anti-war and anti-NATO activists caught on the horns of dilemma, this piece goes on to assert that although U.S. and NATO was guilty of wrongful expansion over many years, Russia's been an aggressor in Ukraine and Georgia and is guilty of terrible war crimes, etc. But there's not
the fuck.
Thank you, Jimmy. Not a word about the U.S. engineered coup in 2014, CIA and Pentagon-backed mercenaries in Ukraine, or for its support for the neo-Nazi Azov battalion. I laughed my ass off on that one. And Ukraine's years of attacks on the Donbass where many thousands have been killed. 14,000, I believe, was the most recent number I'd heard. It's assumed that these actions are not criminal or provocative, and who could not see that one coming? And that joke just never gets old. So then there's this, her emphasis.
What do you mean?
Right.
What joke?
The uncertain response. This is a quote from The Intercept. The uncertain response of Europe's peace activists is both a reflection of a brutal, unprovoked invasion that stunned the world of an anti-war movement that has grown smaller and more marginalized over the years. The left in both Europe and the U.S. have struggled to respond to a wave of support for Ukraine that is at cross purposes with a decades-long effort to untangle Europe from a U.S.-led military alliance. In other words, the article, couched in anti-war rhetoric, was anti-Russia propaganda, which we already knew, because Russia bad, according to The Intercept. They're the ones that buried the Hunter Biden story with Glenn Greenwald. So, when I told my friend my analysis, she refused to discuss it, got angry with me, and as if, therefore, I were a proponent of war, I found this to be a common response. And, yeah.
Yep.
So this gets her thinking about
Like with Iraq.
why so often people miss the untruths lying within articles that are in many parts truthful and accurate. I notice this constantly, right? Little seeds slipped in as if no one will notice. They work their magic nearly unconsciously. If you do notice them, for they are often imperceptible. Again, this is what this about manufacturing consent. And that's really what we wanted to talk about tonight. Was the ways that the consent is manufactured. This is you got to stick with us for a little bit. This article is going to take a little bit. But stick with us. I think this is you're gonna like this. But again, they have their effects, right?
Stay right there,
right? And they're cumulative, and they're far more powerful over time than blatant statements. And this is all pretty obvious stuff, but it's making an argument with what we would call today's modern day shitlib, an intercept reader, Okay, a TYT fan. This is the power of successful propaganda, whether purposeful or not. It works particularly well on intellectual and highly schooled people, right? Because it makes them feel smart. And here we go with the sacred cows. For example, in a printed interview recently, Noam Chomsky, after being introduced as a modern-day Galileo, Newton, and Descartes rolled into one, he talks about propaganda, its history, Edward Bernays, Walter Lippmann, etc. What he says is historically accurate and informative for anyone not knowing this history. He speaks wisely of U.S. media propaganda concerning its unprovoked war against Iraq, and he accurately calls the war in Ukraine provoked. And then, concerning the war in Ukraine, he drops this startling statement. Here we go, Nomi, manufacturing consent. I don't think there are significant lies in war reporting. Oh my God. The U.S. media are generally doing a highly creditable job in reporting Russian crimes in Ukraine. That's valuable, just as it's valuable that international investigations are underway in preparation for possible war crimes trials. Wait, what? In the blink of an eye, Chomsky says something so incredibly untrue, unless one thinks of him as a modern-day Galileo, which many do. It may pass as true, and you'll smoothly move on to the next paragraph, yet it's a statement so false as to be laughable. The media propaganda concerning events in Ukraine we know have been so blatantly false and ridiculous that a careful reader will stop suddenly and think, did he just say that? Yeah, he did. So now he views the media, such as New York Times, until that he's correctly castigated for propagandizing the U.S. in Iraq and East Timor, for example, to use two examples, doing a highly creditable job reporting Russian crimes in Ukraine, as if suddenly they're no longer spokespeople for the CIA and U.S. disinformation. Jesus Christ. Right. And he says this while we're in the midst of the greatest propaganda blitz since World War I, with its censorship, disinformation governance board, deplatforming of dissidents, etc., that border on a parody of 1984. Even slicker is his casual assertion that the media are doing a good job reporting Russia's war crimes after he's earlier has said this about propaganda. So it continues, particularly in the more free societies where the means of state violence have been constrained by popular activism, it is of great importance to devise methods of manufacturing consent and to ensure that they are internalized, becoming as invisible as the air we breathe, particularly in articulate, educated circles. Imposing war myths is a regular feature of these enterprises. Again, this is Noam Chomsky. This is simply masterful. Explain what propaganda is at its best and how you oppose it, then drop a soupçon of it into your analysis. Now, I don't even know. Do you know that word? I don't speak French. I know it's French.
Soupçon?
Yes.
Soupçon. That's like a little bigger than a pinch.
Okay. And while he's at it, he makes sure to praise Chris Hedges, one of his followers.
I know what it's a BAM. It's Emerald BAM. That's
it's an Emerald BAM. I got you. It's a geez, a little toss in. Nice. So Chris Hedges is one of Chomsky's disciples, who himself has recently written an article, "The Age of Self-Delusion," that also contains valid points appealing to those sick of wars, but which also contains the following words. Quote, Putin's revanchism is matched by our own. The disorganization, ineptitude, and low morale of the Russian army conscripts, along with the repeated intelligence failures by the Russian high command, apparently convinced Russia would roll over Ukraine in a few days, exposes the lie that Russia is a global menace. Quote, the Russian bear has effectively defanged itself, historian Andrew Basovich writes. But this is not a truth war makers impart to the public. Russia must be inflated to become a global menace, despite 9 weeks of humiliating military failures. Wait, what? Russia's revanchism? Where? Revanchism, and what lost territory has the U.S. ever waged war to recover? On top of the fact that humiliating military failures, where? They've been advancing Iraq, Syria, Cuba, Vietnam, Yugoslavia, etc. The U.S.'s history is a history not of revanchism, but of imperial conquest, of seizing or controlling territory.
A lot of those we lost.
Yeah, while Russia's war in Ukraine is clearly an act of self-defense after years of U.S., NATO, Ukraine provocations and threats which Hedges recognizes. But 9 weeks of humiliating military failures? Yeah, when they control a large section of eastern and southern Ukraine, including Donbass? But his false message is subtly woven like Chomsky's into sentences that are true. And here's another one. But this is not a truth the war makers impart to the public. No, it is exactly what the media spokespeople for the war makers, i.e. the New York Times, by the way, Hedges' former employer, which he never fails to mention, and whom he covered the Clinton administration's savage destruction of Yugoslavia. CNN, Fox News, the Washington Post, the New York Post, etc., import to the public every day for their masters. Now, I believe this writer is not American, and I don't think that matters. Chris Hedges did work for RT for many years, so he does have a unique perspective. And he worked for the New York Times, and I don't think he hides that fact, and I think it's pretty well known that he was an editor at the New York Times. But headlines that read how Russia, while allegedly committing daily war crimes, is failing in its war, aims that the mythic hero Zelensky is leading Ukrainians to victory. Words to the effect that the Russian bear has effectively defanged itself, presented as fact, which is crazy. Yes, they do inflate the Russian monster myth, only then to puncture it with the myth of the Samson defeating Goliath. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But being in the business of mind games, too much consistency leads to clarity and gives the game away. One can expect them to scramble their messages on an ongoing basis to serve the U.S. agenda in Ukraine and further NATO expansion in the undeclared war with Russia, for which the Ukrainian people will be sacrificed. And Orwell called it doublethink. And there's a whole paragraph from Orwell that I didn't include. Oh, actually, I did, because I thought it was actually pretty important to include it, because I was going to skip it. And
here's like in the second chapter.
Right, it talks about INSOC, right? So doublethink, which lies at the very heart of INSOC, since the essential act of the party is to use conspicuous deception while retaining the firmness of purpose that goes with complete honesty. God, it's so like, wow.
Yep.
It's like poetry. To tell deliberate lies.
INSOC is their like shortened language, right?
That is
like that, right?
I thought it was like kind of like the central corporate governmental, they're the ruling party that kind of,
it might be
the directive of it, right? To tell deliberate lies while genuinely believing in them, to forget any fact that has become inconvenient, and then when it becomes necessary again, to draw it back from oblivion for just so long as it's needed, to then deny its existence, the existence of objective reality, and all the while to take account of the reality one denies. All this is indispensably necessary, with the lie always one step ahead of the truth. Revealing and concealing and interjecting, inoculating shots of untruths that will only get cursory attention from the readers. The writers mentioned here and others have great appeal for the left intelligentsia. Yes, they do. For the people who basically worship those they've imbued with infallibility and genius, it's very hard to read all sentences carefully and smell a skunk. The subterfuge is often very adroit, and appeals to the reader's sense of outrage at what's happened in the past, e.g. the George W. Bush administration's lies about WMD in Iraq. Chomsky, of course, is the leader of the pack, and here's where I think people are going to start to get upset. And I love that Off Guardian is at least taking shots and asking the questions and making the hard challenges, and whether I agree with it or not is one thing. I just thought it was really important to showcase and spotlight this. Well, Nomi, of course, again, is the leader of the pack, and his followers are legion, including Hedges. Now, again, I'm a big Hedges fan, so this is opening my eyes. So for decades, they've been either avoiding or supporting the official versions of the assassinations of JFK and RFK, the attacks of September 11th that led directly to the war on terror and so many wars of aggression, and the recent COVID-19 propaganda with its devastating lockdowns and crackdowns on civil liberties. They're far from historical amnesiacs, of course, but obviously consider these foundational events of no importance, for otherwise they would have addressed them. Again, I disagree with that statement, that sentence, but again, this is what the writer has to say. If you expect them to explain, you'll be waiting a long time. And I don't disagree with that. I think they don't have answers, and they don't necessarily need to answer for all of it, everything, but these are tough questions and tough things to deal with. But here's what they're talking about. So in a recent article by Christian Parenti, How the Organized Left Got COVID Wrong, Learned to Love Lockdowns and Lost Its Mind, an autopsy, which I believe was published in the Gray Zone. It's like a 15-page article. I mean, just long. It's like a book. But Christian Parenti, which I think this is an excellent article. I know that Max Blumenthal went on Jimmy Dore and talked about it. Quote, almost the entire left intelligentsia has remained physically stuck in March 2020. Its members have applauded the new biosecurity repression and calumniated as liars, grifters, and fascists any and all who dissented. Okay, typically they did so without even engaging evidence and while shirking public debate. Among the most visible in this has been Noam Chomsky, the self-described anarcho-syndicalist who called for the unvaccinated to remove themselves from society and suggested they should be allowed to go hungry if they refuse to submit. Parenti's critique of the left's response, not just Chomsky's and Hedges, to COVID, also applies to those foundational events mentioned above, which raises deeper questions about the CIA and NSA's penetration of the media in general, a subject beyond the scope of this analysis, which we've talked about ad nauseum. For those like the liberal woman who referred her to the Intercept article, who would no doubt say of what I've written here, why are you picking on leftists? Her reply is quite simple. The right-wing and neocons are obvious in their pernicious agendas. Nothing's really hidden, therefore they can and should be opposed. But many leftists serve two masters and are far subtler. Ostensibly on the side of regular people and opposed to imperialism and the predations of the elites at home and abroad, they're often tricksters of beguiling rhetoric that their followers miss. Rhetoric that indirectly fuels the wars they say they oppose. Smelling skunks is not as obvious as it may seem. Being nocturnal, they come forth when most are sleeping.
Reminds me of another quote. Do you remember which one that one is? You know, the moderate liberal. That guy. You know.
I might have heard his voice once or twice in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yep.
But support Off Guardian. Please do. And edwardcurtin.com. He's writing a new book. Wait, Edward She Edward Curtin? I guess so. That's interesting. Anyway. Fascinating. Okay, let's Hey. So let's see who we got in chat. Hey, okay. Care Bear's here. I saw somebody said Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. Radical Leftist Agenda. Awesome. Anthony Malecki, he's back. What's going on? Good to see you. Everybody hanging out. Let's go over to Rockfin.
I don't see no Care Bear.
Care Bear's over on Twitch right now. Again, we got Oz over there. We got 8 watching right now on Rockfin. Please, again, if you can.
There it is.
YouTube steals money from content creators. Screw Tube. Go to Rockfin. Here is the link. Here we go. So, we've got only 2 more stories tonight. I've got another long story. So this one took, about 20 minutes. That was pretty decent. I didn't really plan too many stories. I thought these would take a little longer. But that was a really that was a really interesting article, taking shots at Chomsky, taking shots at Hedges, saying that they're also manufacturing consent, which interesting. Got to pay attention. Look, no sacred cows in this business, unfortunately. And look, we've heard stuff about Naomi for quite a while. I would say Steve and Whitney and some others have been pretty vocal about Naomi. Hedges to a lesser degree. I think Hedges certainly does have a workers' mindset and message. However, the challenges about not acknowledging 9/11 and the 2 assassinations is a valid point. So I love stuff that makes me think. Do I agree with the take on Hedges? I'm not sure if I agree with the take on Hedges. I think he discloses
I think
plenty.
Hedges is lumped in a little.
I think he discloses plenty that he worked at the New York Times. I think that his support of the Palestinian people in the face of of an entire machine that would like him to not talk about it. Thank you very much. Is admirable.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the JFK stuff. Most people haven't even they completely write it off, right? Like they haven't even ever looked at it.
Well, everybody has their flaws, I would say, and their blind spots.
Right.
I would. And again, he worked at the New York Times, so therefore he has more access.
The craziest bit about that whole story is the bullet. The pristine bullet found at the that was the bullet. The fact that it's pristine. I don't know if you ever shot bone. Things don't look that pretty on the other side.
Yes, they certainly don't. Well, at least in the movie it looked that way. I'm not sure exactly how it looked on the stretcher because it didn't make the chain of evidence, the chain of custody. They broke chain of custody.
There's pictures. It's like it's been fired into it's like a perfect bullet. Right? It's got the pictures with the ruler right next to it. It's in the evidence thing.
Yes, it is in the evidence thing. I'm just going to post in Ghost. I do want to post the Rock Finland.
Looking at that the most, right?
I believe that he was looking at that quite a bit. Okay,
Talked about it with
live.
Rogan not that long ago.
Yes, he did talk about it with Rogan. I believe that was more than 3.5 hours, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And everybody talked about his JFK. What is it? 30 years. The 30-year anniversary of the release of the movie that he did this year, and revisiting that whole thing. Okay, so we're tweeting out the Rockfin link so everybody can go share that tweet link out live now. Cool. At twitter.com/IndLeftNews, you can find the tweet we just put out. So I do want to start our next story, though, and get the thing moving. So let's go back to the diddly doot and go to Indie Main. Woohoo! This works awesome. I like the slideshow, actually, even though it takes a lot of time to put together. Shush. Okay.
It looks good.
Here's more manufacturing consent, and this is actual receipts. Now, if I remember correctly, Russell Bentley is an American reporter, and he had an appearance on the Gray Zone pretty recently. And now I find him in CovertAction magazine, and he's actually on the ground in Ukraine. So this is going to be a fascinating perspective, looking at exactly what is being published in different outlets and taking a look at what's the actual case and what's really happening here. So, again, the writer here is Russell Bentley. So what Russell says is that there's an old wise maxim that says the first step on the road to wisdom is to call things by the right name. So let's do that. Fake news has been around a long time. So the New York Sun's Great Moon hoax of 1835 is a good and amusing example. An absolute falsehood and fantasy was published as a fact to a credulous public who ate it up. And the Sun claimed that life existed on the moon. Hey, I didn't even know about this. And here's the story about the inhabitants of the moon. This fake news story.
Wait, go back.
Go ahead.
Go back. I'm just I just want to take a minute to soak in this image,
Yeah, sorry.
And, the grainy, is that a bear in the background on the right? Is that a little bear guy? What is that?
Is that a child? He looks like he's got a beard.
I don't know.
So
it looks like a family of bears.
I do see that, over by the water. It does look like a family of bears.
The little huts back there. The little
right in front of the huts. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Yep. So humans and bears living alongside each other. Mass hysteria. So This fake news story.
Sorry, go ahead.
This fake news story established the Sun as a major and highly profitable newspaper throughout the United States. 50 years later, Hearst and Pulitzer were competing with each other for readership by publishing preposterous and sensationalist phony stories that became known as yellow journalism, or as Russell calls it, urinalism. That's pretty funny.
Urinalism. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Because the media that will publish such swill and the hacks who write for them are fit only for cleaning toilets. But those carefree days are long in the past, and fake news is no longer funny. The practice of publishing false stories, right, for political or financial motives has probably been around much longer than that. But today it's been elevated to science and an art form, a black art form that is truly one of the greatest threats to the future of humanity in the world today. It is mass brainwashing on a global scale, abetted by science and technology on a war on human consciousness, a concentrated and deliberate attack on people's ability to see reality and discern fact from lies. It is a war against the truth.
Yep.
Okay. It's been correctly said that a respect for the truth is the basis for all morality, so a war against the truth is a war against morality, against all that is good and decent. Okay, without an ability to see reality and detect lies, without a moral compass, people are literally no more than dumb beasts, mules to be worked and exploited by their owners, or sheep to be led to the slaughter. Fake news is a term a bit too cute and cozy for the black art of intentionally erasing the very intellect and morality that makes us human. It seeks to dumb down and degrade humanity to the point where people are no longer human, and that point is fast approaching, and for many is already here. And he's going to give 3 concrete and irrefutable examples of genuine Nazi propaganda produced by the West, US and Europe, about the war in Ukraine in just the last month, which not only attempt to cover up the crime of intentional mass murder attacks on civilians, but go further still and attempt to blame the actual victims for the crimes of the US, EU, and Ukrainian Nazis. You will see by these 3 indisputable examples how information is used as a truly evil weapon, how to defend against it, and how to destroy it with the truth. That's why I thought this was really important to bring up. So here's a photo, okay, where they're using emotionally charged images, the carnage, la stampa. That's what the translation translates to, the carnage. The Italian newspaper La Stampa published the photo above on March 15th, showing a horrific scene at the mass murder of civilians by illegal cluster munitions delivered to a city center by a ballistic missile. Some 24 civilians, including an entire family with 2 kids, were murdered, and dozens more gravely injured. It's a terrible story. The headlines in red across the top: Russia kills 400 in Mariupol. Kiev prepares for Russian attack. I think I actually cropped that out in order to save space. That was actually in between. So sorry about that.
Gotcha.
Emblazoned across the photo, the carnage. The photo is real, and while the headlines are intentionally misleading, they're not outright lies. They don't have to be. The liars at La Stampa don't actually have to lie. Most Europeans, like most U.S. citizens, lead busy lives. They don't look beyond the headlines, and they're easily deceived by nothing more than insinuations. And propagandists like those at La Stampa know it. I could tell you that the photo actually shows the results of a Ukrainian army war crime by a Tochka-U missile that was intentionally launched at Donetsk city center around 12 o'clock noon Monday, March 14th, that in fact it was intended to kill many times more than the 24 civilians who were murdered. La Stampa misread its leaders by failing to report on the right city where the attacks were launched, a city, Donetsk, that Ukraine and not Russia has been shelling for 8 years. I could also tell you that the weekend before, fake Ukrop, which is Ukrainian Association of Patriots, troll accounts on Russian and other social media spread false stories that the Democratic People's Republic, the DPR administration, would be giving news about the status of DPR soldiers at 12:30 on March 14th at the administration building in central Donetsk, and wives, mothers, soldiers, and daughters of soldiers should come there then. They invited the people to where they sent the missile.
Jesus Christ.
This message was also sent by text message to specific phones of female family members of soldiers by spoofed DPR administration accounts. He can confirm it. The daughter of one of his friends serving at the front showed him the exact message on her phone. He could tell you the missile was intercepted by DPR air defense and only 2 canisters of cluster bomb submunitions actually detonated when they hit about 500 meters from the administration building on University Avenue in central Donetsk, and had the missile reached its target, the death toll would have been in the hundreds. Maybe you would believe me, maybe some would not, but I can show you 2 photos that prove it. Here's the first one, where he's standing in the same spot as the grieving husband in La Stampa photo. You can see that there's the flowers in the spot. The beret and the scarf of the grieving man's wife. Oh. She died right there. Look at this. The blood's still on the pavement. Now, what do you think of La Stampa's work? Not only trying to cover up the intentional mass murder of civilians, but blaming the victims and their defenders for the very crime. Now, again, let me go back. He's standing in the very same spot, and that is in Donetsk, not in...
Right.
Not where they say it is, which is
right
where the massacre occurred. Is it Mariupol where the massacre occurred, where they were talking about? Okay,
think so. I think that's
this is the spot. So, not only trying to cover up the intentional mass murder of civilians, but blaming the victims and their defenders for the very crimes of the Nazis that La Stampa and Italy support. This is a black lie, a damn lie, literally the exact opposite of the truth, and the vast majority of Western citizens lap up these lies. Jesus. And FYI, the photographer who took the heart-rending photo La Stampa stole was neither paid nor credited or even asked permission to use his photo for this Italian version of Nazi propaganda. And it may not even be knowingly perpetrating Nazi propaganda, but that's what it ends up perpetrating. Well, as you might say, it's an isolated incident and mistakes happen, but it is neither an isolated incident nor a mistake. The editors of La Stampa knew exactly where the photo was from and what it showed, and they used it intentionally to lie. And pseudo-journalists do the same thing in the USA. Yep. Here's another one. Example 2. Russia continues bombardment of Ukrainian cities for the New York Post, which is, I believe, a Rupert Murdoch-owned rag. Again, yep. But an even more blatant intention to mislead, to lie. The photo, again, is the aftermath of a Ukrainian missile attack on a civilian residential area of Donetsk, not far from my home in Petrovsky district. That's the building. He's going to show you where that building is. He's going to walk over to that building. Another terrorist attack by Ukrop Nazis against civilian targets, blamed by U.S. Nazi propagandists on DPR and Russian defenders of the very civilians in Ukrops attacked and murdered. Can I prove it? Well, yes, I can. Here I am in front of the exact same apartment building hit by the Ukrop Nazi missiles. An honest headline would read, Ukraine continues bombardment of Donbas cities.
Okay.
The New York Post, however, did not specify the city where the building was located that they put, and that it had been and suggested that it had been bombed by Russia when it had actually been bombed by the Ukrainian DPR. But these Nazi propagandists do not stop at simply blaming their victims for their own crimes. That dirty double cross is not as low as they can go, not by a long shot. They even, in a transatlantic quadruple cross conspiracy, connive to discredit truthful reports by adding their own logo to honest news and then announcing to the world that the report is not theirs. Behold. This is the railway attack thing. Right?
Right.
So this is The Guardian, I believe. BBC warns of fake video claiming Ukraine carried out the attack. The video, mocked up with BBC News logo, has been aired on Russian state TV and spread across social media. The BBC has warned that a video carrying its branding, in which it is claimed that a missile attack on a railway station that killed dozens of people was carried out by Ukraine is fake. Wait, what? On April 8th, the Tochka U, and I think we've all seen this picture. I think he's gonna show it in a minute. The same type used at the university attack 3 weeks before was fired at the railway station, right? As 4,000 local civilians waited to evacuate the city before fighting broke out. This was blamed on Russia. I remember this very clearly. Some 57 civilians were killed, 109 wounded, in another wanton attack that had no military purpose, but fit hand in glove with the usual false flag terror attacks for which Ukraine has become well known. The proof was and is overwhelming. There is zero doubt that this missile was a Tochka U and that it came from Ukrainian-held territory. Ukraine continues to use Tochka U missiles in the Donbass war, while the Donbass republics have none. And Russia retired the last of theirs years ago in 2019 in favor of the much more effective and accurate Iskander, which Russia has used in Operation Z. This is the photo that Russell took. And again, I think we've all seen a similar type of photo with the writing on the side. He's going to talk about that. Written on the side of the missile in Russian were the words, "For the kids," translated. How stupid would someone have to be to believe that the Russians would not only commit a war crime against the ethnic Russian Ukrainian citizens from the pro-Russian part of Ukraine, but would blatantly add insult to injury and literally implicate themselves before the world by writing something so despicable in Russian for the world to see? Furthermore, their scientific methods of determining the direction a missile came from, including the shape of the crater and where the tail section lands in relation to the warhead. These methods are standard, simple, and used by all militaries around the world. And like the laws of physics, they apply everywhere and in every situation the same. In the photo below, showing the trajectory of the missile fired at Kamarovsk, everything to the left of the red line is territory under the control of the Ukrainian military.
Right.
Everything to the right is what is the Russian advancement and the Russian front. So, if the missile guidance and all the trajectory shows that it came from here, and I'm showing this map to everybody who's listening on the podcast, so you can go check this out, both on the article, and the article link will be in the description notes, or you can also go to the Substack, and the article link will be there as well.
From Scott Ritter's Twitter too, right?
That was from Scott Ritter. Who again shows where the trajectory was. That for a full listing of the evidence that proves the missile was fired by the 19th Ukrainian Missile Brigade, based near Dropolia, some 45 kilometers from Kramatorsk. This excellent article by Scott Ritter. There are plenty of other articles too, and he links to those, listing the proof and indications that this was a U-crop false flag attack on their own civilians. Here are some examples. Number one is the smell test. Why would Russians attack ethnic Russian civilians in an area known for its broad support of Russia? That wants to speak Russian, and by the way, that Ukrainians just outlawed their Russian-speaking language. The fake for the kids
That's
inscription.
a far better smell test than the one done at Duma. So,
right.
Well,
it smells like chlorine, like a swimming pool, right? That's just stunningly unbelievable. So the fake for the kids inscription would be the last thing the Russians would ever do. Rocket troops are among the most highly trained and disciplined in any army. If the Russians were going to commit a war crime against civilians, do you really think they would sign their work for the world to see? On top of the fact that, and I was going to say that a missile go boom, usually, they don't expect that a fragment that size is going to remain, that they can read that. Again, the physical evidence proves that the trajectory of the missile, and that trajectory points directly to the Drobopolia, deep inside Ukrainian-held territory, where the 19th Ukrainian Missile Brigade is based. It's impossible for the Russians to have fired a missile from there, unless they had taken over that territory.
Right.
Number four, that they had retired their aged stock of Tochka-U missiles years ago, Number 5, that the Ukrainians still have and use those same missiles and have done so on multiple occasions throughout the 8-year Donbass war. So this just kind of breaks it down step by step. Look at the serial number of the missile, and it's the same series and numerically very close to the serial numbers of other Tochka-U missiles that have been known to have been fired by Ukrainian armed forces during the Donbass war in the last 8 years. And again, we've got 8 years of history of looking at these attacks. Number 7 is the exact serial number found on the missile in the train station was recorded in official documents as having been transferred from the USSR to Ukraine in 1991. No wonder why it didn't go boom. It did, but not completely.
Yeah.
It's a 32-year-old missile.
Right.
And there is zero evidence that would support any theory other than a Ukrainian false flag attack on the civilians of Kramatorsk. None. Zero. And I haven't heard any other than them saying that there was. That is a tough nut for the West pro-Nazi propagandists to crack. All the evidence proves they did it beyond any reasonable doubt, and there's no credible evidence of any sort that would support an alternative theory. So what do? They simply make things up, of course. As usual, but with a twist. This time they make up fake news about themselves and try to palm it off as Russian-produced disinformation. Thus we see real first-person on-the-scene videos of the real aftermath of the attack, video of the real serial number all edited together, but with a fake BBC intro and the logo added, and then spread all over the internet with the caption, "Look, the BBC finally told the truth for once." Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So the professional liars can subsequently now debunk the fake BBC video, along with the real facts the actual videos contain. And then literally all Western propaganda outlets smear the story about the fake video all over the web. The search phrase BBC fake video missile Kramatorsk brings back 55,000 links on Google, 24 million on Bing, and a whopping 25 million results on Yahoo. The Western propagandists claim that the Russians added the fake BBC logo, but why would Russia discredit real proof of what happened by adding a fake BBC logo? The BBC has a well-earned reputation as one of the most mendacious media outlets in the world. Their lies are legion. So why would Russia discredit itself and its own compelling evidence by adding a fake logo of known propagandists? Answer, they didn't. An understanding of the simple fact that modern Western media are the product and descendants of Joseph Goebbels and Ed Bernays is the appropriate foundation for anything regarding Western media presents as fact. Do not expect the BBC to tell the truth for once. Do not expect paid and pathological liars to tell the truth, even once. Do not expect the leopard to change its spots. Understand that they are the enemies of truth and morality, the enemies of humanity, your enemies, who do everything in their power to deceive and confuse you in order to enslave you. Respect for the truth is the basis of all morality. Respect and defend it.
Yep.
Again, we talk about Ed Bernays. This is the second article that mentioned Bernays, okay? And the last one also talked about Walter Lippmann, another propagandist from the 60s, 50s and 60s, even from the Kennedy days. Okay, so here's an addendum that was written. The list of logical fallacies is an excellent primer of modern propaganda techniques. But when used by professional liars intentionally, they are no longer fallacies, but rather lies, attacks on truth and reality, and on human consciousness. I wanted to include this part. This is the end of it. Fritz Hippler explained that the secret of modern propaganda, and he would know, okay, he was the chief of filmmaking in the Reich Ministry of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda during the years of the Nazi Germany. So as he put it, quote, "The secret of propaganda is to simplify complex or complicated things, to make them as simple as possible, so even less ingenious men can understand what I mean, and then repeat it every day. That's the secret of modern propaganda. Simplify and repetition." Click on the link, see and hear and see him say it himself. He's very convincing. And a lot of this, honestly, also leads me to think about a barking seal clown that wants to get back into the White House. A lot of that propaganda stuff, repetition, fake news, mega. Very, very similar in a lot of ways. So that's our manufacturing consent portion. And I figured it would take about an hour to get through that, which is perfect. And we have a pretty short story about a pretty short one about the environment, and then we can get to some eye bleach, Reddit cringe, having some fun. Let's check out what's going on in chat. Rockfin, is it then? Nice. Why does it matter how one dies? The message of the living word of such. Oh, is the living word of such. Sure. How one dies, I don't know. It depends on how they want to. Rockfin's being a dick today. Oh, great. All right, we have to, but the guy's threatening to castrate his brother-in-law for speaking Russian with the good guys, right? Exactly. And the ones that are saran wrapping people to a telephone pole with their pants down. Those are Russians, right? Unbelievable.
Kicking women in the face.
I mean, we've seen the videos. They're pretty damn graphic and brutal.
Bad.
All right, Les Bones made it over to the Rockfin. Cool, good to see you over there. Thank you. Again, we got one more quick story. Let's just bang through that real fast, and then we can do some fun. All right. Like we get you gotta eat your vegetables. But that's fun vegetables, because that's like Brussels sprouts that are roasted with some nice olive oil and some sea salt.
Yep.
Now oh my God, we're all gonna die. This is one of my favorite writers, Jake Johnson, CommonDreams. Study finds many existing oil and gas sites must be shut down in order to avert a climate disaster. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. But let's keep expanding, because their findings show that halting new extraction projects is a necessary step, but still not enough to stay within our rapidly dwindling carbon budget, said one researcher. And there's a lot of people as to whether it's carbon is really the question. However, temperature rise certainly is not a question. A new study published Tuesday in the journal Environmental Research Letters shows that keeping global warming below the key 1.5 degree Celsius threshold will require not just halting the construction of new fossil fuel infrastructure, but also the shutting down of many existing sites. I don't see that really happening. So, again, quote, some existing fossil fuel licenses and production will need to be revoked and phased out early. This almost has like a World Economic Forum agenda type of language to it. Led by Kelly Trout of Oil Change International, the study estimates that 40% of fossil fuel reserves at currently operational development sites across the globe must be left in the ground if the world is to have a 50-50 chance of adequately slashing carbon emissions and limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. If fossil fuel reserves at existing sites are extracted, the researchers find nations will substantially exceed the 1.5 degree carbon budget that corporations and governments are already burning through at an unsustainable clip. The paper, which relies on a commercial model of the world's 25,000 oil and gas fields, leaves unanswered the question of precisely which existing development sites should be shut down, noting that it requires considerations of equity and of the best mechanisms to manage it, just transition away from fossil fuel jobs and revenues within and between countries. Again, very much fourth industrial revolution type of language. One recent analysis suggests that some of the largest fossil fuel companies in the world are planning on already operating more than 190 carbon bombs. Huge oil and gas projects that could unleash nearly 650 billion tons of CO2 emissions and doom efforts to avert climate catastrophe. And I think this is one of the things that we've been talking about the last few years, which was that they continue to drill, especially since Biden came into office, where they continue to increase the number of permits that they're allowing for. Our findings show that halting new extraction projects is a necessary step, but of course, still not enough to stay within our rapidly dwindling carbon budget. Some existing fossil fuel licenses and production will need to be revoked and phased out early. Who gets to decide what that is? Governments need to start tackling head-on how to do this in a fair and equitable way, which will require overcoming opposition from fossil fuel interests. Fair and equitable is completely counter to everything that our government is trying to accomplish because they're serving the donors. And here is the tweet from Oil Change International the other day. 40% of the developed fossil fuel reserves need to stay in the ground. I have no idea how we plan on accomplishing that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're just going to have to not use it. Like that's...
Yep, everybody stay home.
Yeah.
Lockdown left. So, and is that what this is kind of setting up for? Well, you had a COVID lockdown. Now you're going to have a kind of a climate lockdown. You're going to basically have to stay home unless you absolutely have to, because otherwise it's just going to cause too much pollution. I hope not. This research comes as a result of
JB today that they was talking about, you know, how it wouldn't it be funny if everyone just quit going to work because they couldn't afford gas?
Pretty much.
They didn't have any gas. Like they just called into work for that.
Pretty much. Yeah, it would be kind of funny, but unironic. And they would say, get yourself an electric car, even though electric cars average about $50,000 a piece new. Again, right. The research comes as we know that the fossil fuel industry is exploiting Russia's assault on Ukraine. Again, I don't like the language and the framing. And the punitive measures that the West has taken in response, that I will agree with, to lobby for new fossil fuel development. In late March, Biden administration pledged to ramp up U.S. gas exports to EU members as they attempt to wean themselves off of Russian fossil fuels.
Except we now are seeing that they're not going to.
Right.
I think it was Germany that decided to start buying.
Was it?
Right.
I didn't see that. I saw that they cut it off to Poland and to, I think it was Belarus for opposing. But climate advocates warn, no, what they're doing is they're paying in rubles for, I think it's oil, but not natural gas. But climate advocates warn that, again, the White House's initiative would likely spur the construction of new pipelines and other fossil fuel infrastructure, possibly locking in more planet-warming pollution, as scientists say emissions must be halved by 2030. And again, moving the fleet to electric for the entire United States is not going to get us there, Sleepy Joe, and he knows that. So this study reinforces that building new fossil fuel infrastructure is not a viable response to Russia's war in Ukraine. Okay, said Oil Change International's research co-director. The world has already tapped too much oil, gas, and coal. Developing more would either cause more dangerous levels of warming if fully extracted, or create a larger scale of stranded assets. Correct. Okay, and then we've got this Van de Graaff of Ghent University study co-author similarly cautioned that each new coal mine, gas well, or oil field that's developed deepens political entanglement with the fossil fuel industry, and that increasing the scale of extraction-related jobs and investments only makes it harder for governments to manage. Well, naturally.
Yep.
Thanks, Joe. Nothing will fundamentally change. Vote blue no matter who, everybody. Let's go, Brandon. Lady Alex M, Big Bad Crab, welcome. How's everybody? We're just chilling. Yeah, Lady Alex, all her ancestors are from Belarus, Poland, Ukraine, and Russia. Oh, the irony. It's kind of funny. I actually have Polish and German ancestors as well. Man, so not exactly some thrilling, uplifting, happy stories tonight, but blowing the cover off propaganda. And I don't see enough people really talking about that. Again, shout out to the people that are doing that. And you've got our MCSC fam, and we got our RBN family that are doing that, and Roar and some others.
Couch left, you mean? Yeah.
Yes, I had somebody refer to people as the quote unquote convo couch left. Will somebody please explain to me what that exactly means? Does that mean calling out certain people? And I don't know. But anyway,
your pants look right wing, I think.
Do those pants make me look right wing? I think it's time for some boats. Let's hook it up. Let's go, Jimmy.
And I watch mindless shit, boats that smash into other boats.
I need to turn that down. I know he overmodulates on that. We need to turn the audio down on that. Yeah. It's Reefy time. You are Big Screen Reefer.
Yeah.
Little bird,
Right.
big indie.
So,
wait, now you're gone.
You wanted to know what Sue saw.
Thank you.
Here. How about that? How about that? How about that?
Check me out. Catch me
Like
outside.
a weird side. How about that?
What is a sousson? A very small amount.
sousson.
They just
A
throw a
hint,
tiny
a
little bit
trace,
in there. A
Slight
pinch.
idea, an inkling. Yep.
Gotcha.
Little bam. Little
Thank
bam
you.
in there.
Little bam. Bam.
So, little bam.
Blow it up.
Close tab.
Let's
Yep.
go,
So,
Brandon.
yeah, right. So, Florida man arrested after repeatedly asking 9/11 to arrest Joe Biden.
Come on.
Bro, listen to the man. Listen to the man. Florida man knows all.
Dude, blow that up.
Jack Philibek, 29, like arrested on May 8th. They're making a serious call to Pinellas County 911 system. Requesting that Biden be arrested and former drug kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman be freed, according to the arrest report. Fucking get El Chapo out
God.
and arrest Joe Biden.
I'm so glad that yeah, a false 9/11 claim. And false
He called
911
three
claim.
times.
Oh.
He called 3 times.
Dude, if you do that, the boy who cried
but
wolf,
yeah, I
when
just
you
thought it was
actually
funny.
when you actually do have a problem, you realize what's gonna happen, right?
What? What?
Like if you keep
Look,
calling
if they just arrest Joe Biden, there isn't a problem.
Oh,
Just arrest him.
sure. Sure.
I love how El Chapo needs to be freed is also included in this.
Yes, that's one of the demands. I love that.
So, I didn't even know Whataburger yet.
Nice. Nice. I sure have. I've been to Texas.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah, 69,420. You got that table?
Nice.
I'm very much down for that.
Nice.
What?
Is that The Rock?
This
Yeah,
guy
it is.
also seems down for it.
Looks like The Rock.
So what's trending on Twitter?
What?
What? No, I
Is it-
just can still see your screen.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not watching. I'm watching you.
Mm-hmm. Just got a little closer.
Wait, what?
There it is. I got it.
Was that the fan moving the joint?
Yes.
Oh, that is fucking genius. That is next level genius right there.
Isn't it good? Get a little fucking puffy puff. And it's good for a bit. Cool. Just wait for it
Nice.
to come back.
Dude, that's called that's called making a friend.
Is this
Oh.
the friend you make?
Maybe. No. He just smoked all my weed, but that looks uncannily like me. I promise you it's not me. No! Why? What a waste. I don't think that's how you do an edible, bro.
Peace,
How about
bro.
another shot?
You okay?
I think you need something to wash that down, bro. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now you got it. Now you flush it out.
Get that water.
That water's coming out his nose in about 30 seconds. By the way, Big Mac Crab asked when the Reefer After Dark OnlyFams is starting.
Oh, it's already happened. You got to find it.
Yep. It's on Tumblr. You have to check it out.
The high premium, man.
Thank you, everybody.
So, have you played Ice Cool?
Have I played Ice Cool?
With your kids? Your kids do board games?
Thank goodness, no. Not yet.
Okay, so Ice Cool is a little Pingu game with the kiddos. We come across these characters. The kids say, look, it's Daddy when he's at work and Daddy after he gets home from work. Yeah, that's Daddy.
Yeah.
Work.
What did Daddy do? What did Daddy do in between? What did Daddy do in between?
I like this. This line is nice.
What did Daddy do in between?
That is cool, Daddy.
Daddy's going and having some fun.
Shit. Oh, you could expect me to either work well with others or pass a drug test, but not both.
Thank you, Kermit. Thank you for expressing my exact working environment.
Oh, sure. Kermit the Frog here, and you can expect me to either work well with others or pass a drug test, but not both.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, thank you. That's pretty good. Pretty good. You've been dealing with tantrums all day, dude. All day. You've been dealing with tantrums.
That is unfortunately part of my life.
From when you got in the thing this morning. You know how to deal with tantrums? Have you learned? Watch this. This is how you do it. You can see clearly.
I can see clearly. I see the door. I see the door. I see the dog. Yes. Shut your mouth. Go away.
Tantrum over.
That'll shut her up.
Tantrum over.
I love it.
Like she's crying right there, and then just like.
Oh, I see that can. Oh,
whipped cream.
Oh, I'm better. Thank you. And then she learned that she's gonna come back and cry in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
She's gonna want another hit. Give me another hit, mommy.
So, this one happens quickly. It was less than 9 seconds.
Go. Oh! Oh my God!
Did you see it?
Ready? Wow, dude, that is a fucking toss and a half. Are you kidding me? Bro, get that guy on an Olympic shot put team.
Dude, he's been at cheer. She's been working on it.
That is next level dad shit right there. Wow, impressive.
And I love the caption.
Really?
Really?
No, that's not a caption.
I love her.
That's not a caption. That's like literally like what did she say? That was just a translation.
Yes, like a yes, really? Like live caption. Really? Like.
Well, that was clear as day what she was saying. Wow, man. That kid's terrified, I'm telling you right now. Or she's having a blast. Are you frame by framing that? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, a little more. A little
Get the knees into it. Get the knees into it.
A little more. Like.
Get your knees into it.
Starts coming back down there. Like,
Does she parachute? Does she parachute the dress? Come on. Let's see it.
A little bit.
Wow.
Like.
That is Mary Poppins kind of stuff right there.
Yeah, like. She's equally. What would you say? That's a good. Like, here's the top of the hat. Right? Like, that's another 6 foot, probably.
Oh, it's way more than 6 feet. That's about 10. That's about 10 feet to the bottom of her feet.
Right.
Woo.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude is strong. I can't throw my kids up that high, nor would I ever throw them up that high. But damn, dude.
Like, she's hitting the form and everything, just like piking it up. But here, I want you to see if you could figure out what's going on.
To go to the doctor, but I'm not. I'm not sick enough. I'm not sick enough to go to the doctor, but I'm not. I'm not sick enough. And I'm not sick enough to not go to the toy store. I'm too sick to do anything else because you know what? I'm actually very, boneless.
You're boneless.
So I can't pick up anything really, and I can't really move my legs.
I'm boneless.
Like you couldn't pick up a pencil?
Yeah.
Boneless.
Really?
Nice.
Watch this.
So I think I've faced this kind of illness before.
Really?
Yeah. I think my other kids have had the same sickness that you have right now.
Well, how did I get it, and where did I get it?
It's called I don't want to do my schoolwork itis.
Ugh. I hate when you do that.
Nice.
Oh, I just thought it was a cute video.
Oh,
Cute.
we're still in Dad Zone. Hey, people.
We're very much in Dad Zone.
Recess
I had a few
therapy.
this week.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I will go that way.
Why?
A hot dog that way.
Let me rephrase the first question. So if you could go anywhere at all in the world, where would you go?
That way.
Would you rather go to Paris, France, or that way?
That way?
I can get hot
Is that
dogs,
Simon
gummy
Sinek?
bears, sausages, and meatballs, and donuts. Like all the things I can get there.
All
What do you
that
want to say to
way.
the people at home who are like, I don't know if I should go that way?
Guys, you have to go that way. See, those guys are running that way, and those people are going that way. We like those people.
What other places do you want to go?
Bottom of the train and rats. Trains and rats are going that way.
Trains and rats?
Yeah.
Trains and rats.
So where are we going?
That way. We're going this
We're
way.
going that way.
We're going this way.
I'm going that way.
I'm going the opposite way of the trains and rats.
So you're wondering probably what this picture is.
It looks
And
like the
this
top of a tree.
Is at a safari park in the UK, right? So let me help you out by giving you more of the picture. You ready?
Safari park in the UK.
Okay.
Oh boy. That's horrifying. How many humans are there?
What is happening? I don't know.
The human giraffe. That looks like an episode of Jackass. I'm Johnny Knoxville.
These are
Welcome to
obviously
Jackass.
aliens. This is the still giraffe.
This is a still giraffe. 100%. I can totally see that being a Jackass bit.
100%.
And then chasing after the kids on top of it.
Right? Yeah. Like the old man's be like, "What? It's just the giraffes." Like, all right. This one's a wait for it. Okay. So you gotta write it out.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh god. Oh no, 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 no!
Oh god.
Oh god, it was raining on her! Oh! Oh shit.
I peed on myself.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Okay. What has she got in her hand?
This one's adorable.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the back of the...
Oh, come on.
Oh, her fucking
What
face.
was that? Oh, come on.
Reminds me of Misty for some reason.
Hey,
Oh, come on.
Oh,
What the
come
hell are you-
on, no.
What the hell are you... That's really funny.
He was just trying to stick the sticker on there, you know? Daddy noticed. This is your kids the other half of the day.
Oh. That was definitely my son today. Wait, what was the end?
Did you have a nap today?
I need one.
You have a nap
No.
today? You need one.
No.
No, I don't. No.
Wow.
Oh. This one's so good. It's so good. All right, you got to pay close attention.
I got it. I'm with you.
No. Okay. Have you been eating the bubbles?
No.
No.
While they pop. That's great.
While it pops out of his mouth. That's fucking great. Oh. Oh, this one's good. We're on the top of the hill. We got a cool little motorbike.
Uh-oh. What could possibly go wrong? Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh, the cute little speed wobbles.
He'll get up.
He
He'll
has
be
the
alright.
speed wobbles.
He'll be alright.
He'll be all right. He landed in that soft grass. He'll be fine. You know, this one though is traumatized.
When your mom is stuck
Baby,
inside the
come here.
mirror.
Let's go downstairs. No, okay, let's go downstairs. Come on. Baby, come here. No, I'm right here. Just turn around. Turn around. Look at mommy. Look this way. Come. I'm right here. You see?
Oh, that's adorbs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love the fucking like, yeah.
Oh.
That was the cutest
Oh.
shit. Oh. Boy, what is all over your face?
What is all over your face?
Marker.
What is all over your face?
Marker.
What?
Hold on, I gotta get it. Look at him. Marker.
Well.
Why?
He's not wrong. Oh, dude, he definitely got Picasso.
He's not wrong.
He fell asleep at a party. I can tell you what happened. Hey, look at that thumbnail up there in the top left. Hey. Old clip from, that's from How Do We Miss That last week? The anti-solar one. Check that out.
Yep.
Badass.
Oh. So, most intense moment of my dog's life. And action. I was a bear.
That was a bear. Can I see that again?
Like, Dog, door closed, bear.
Sure. That, again, reminds us of Jackass 4.5 last night.
Yes,
where
it
they
does.
put that dude in the room with the bear, and oh my god. If you have not seen this movie, see this movie.
I have another video to show you later. That it's going to be one of those, like, YMH ones where it's this lady getting attacked by a tiny baby bear. You know?
Yes, thank you, human being, for the $5 tip on Rockfin. Woohoo! Super Rage, always appreciated, Pasta. Thank you. Travel safe to my fam at the combo.
All right, and action.
Okay, I see it.
Just picture
Bubbo.
chariots of fire.
Is this a relay race between dogs?
Like, yeah, but look at the dog's face. Come on. Do 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 do.
Like, why are you filming me?
I love that face. That face is so cute. Like, where's that? Look at him. Oh my god, I got a stick. I love the stick. It's a fucking big old puppos. All right. This one's good. Happens quickly, though.
Gotcha.
And action.
I see it. Oh! Oh, that was totally unexpected. What did the cat?
Like he's got. You see the cat mask?
Yes, I see the cat mask. Yes, and the cat's just very unhappy seeing that and wants to attack.
You fucking. He's gone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh. Oh, just squeeze my little head through and then my arm, then my other arm, and then just gotta get my butt through, and then I'm good. I'm out. I'm free.
Wow.
Like,
Impressive.
Motherfucker's out. I love the best
Impressive.
part is just a little head
Jailbreak.
squeeze. He's just like, and yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that much longer, dude.
Got through there. Nope. Nope.
Your head is going to be too big to fit through that hole very shortly. Oh, more pussy.
Here you go. No,
Wait.
Cute little kitty.
Come on.
No, the cute kitty.
Are we gonna have an appearance by Uncle Warren?
Kitty.
Yeah.
You're not for the streets,
Oh my
Priscilla.
lord.
Yeah, Priscilla.
Oh my lord. That looks like a jaguar cat.
You're not for the streets, Priscilla. It does.
It sure does.
That
looks very dangerous.
I just love how he used the
Is that like a bobcat?
the little kitten to get him back. No, that's a normal cat.
I'm waiting for a Steph reference.
Okay. Oh, that is another. You mean something
Pussy.
like this?
What?
That thing?
What
you're talking about? I mean, we do. I mean, it's very similar to. It's kind of the same thing, you know, but it's more
Pussy.
like.
You're saying
It's just
you're
has a better
talking
ring
over
to
her.
it, you know?
You're talking over her.
Am I?
Pussy.
Huh?
Yes, you were talking over her.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Bajaya.
Bajaya, watch your mouth. This is a family show. Just
Boys
say,
have
just,
a paraga, girls
just say
have a
pussy.
vagina.
Just go ahead and say it.
Pussy.
I get good moments.
That
That's
is
all I'm
such a
saying.
great.
Right.
That is such a great clip. Okay, what?
And
Why is the
this
cat
is a
wearing a
vagina.
harness? Why is the cat wearing a harness?
Oh
Whoa!
shit!
Oh! Kill it dead! Kill it dead! Whoa!
Out of here. Like, oh, shit,
Ow! Ow! I just bounced off the wall. Ow!
I meant to be here.
Wow.
Cat's doing the I meant to be here pose. I was breakdancing. You know? Oh, this one's cute. Here's a raisin kitty. And where do I put it? What do I do with it? Where does it go? I don't know what to do. I'm just here. I'm dancing now. Now I'm just hitting my little, you know, look at that. I dropped the cup.
Those things are so freaking creepy looking. So creepy looking.
Got the cup. Got the cup. Doing the dance. Got the cup. Hit my step. Shit. Fucking. All right. Get out of here. Fucking tired of you, cup. Like. Oh. The fucking raisin kitty. This is the one. This is the one where you're like, what was it? And I was like, you'll find out. Right? All right. And action. Yeah, there's got to be some. Oh shit, I'm gone. It's just this fucking like, look at his little face. He's like, I can just stay. Oh god, like.
Bye.
It's just disappointment.
I'm falling. I can't get up.
But all right, this one's good. Oh, look at it.
What is sticking through that hole? Why?
Why?
Wait, didn't we already watch this? Is this the one where the things are coming out?
Nope.
Okay, this is a new one.
Nope. Yep.
He's literally stuck in the thing. Oh, oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Poor little guy.
Oh my god.
Put him all the way around.
Come on. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm hanging by my neck.
Get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Like,
ouch.
Oh.
Dude, how freaked out would you be if you were like, if you had like, that's an old phone jack hole, it looks like. But literally, you just were looking down and you saw that sticking out of the...
Yeah, the beep. Like, little mouse noise. You know? Oh. So, here you go. This is what I feel like, you know, you and your spouse get up to. You know?
What?
And action.
What? What the fuck was that? Yeah, I can safely say I have never done anything like that, because I would definitely not be married much longer if I did.
You wouldn't be married? You dude, she's laughing at the end is what's
Yeah,
funny.
I know that she's laughing at the Why is she? What is funny about being dragged into the elevator, like after being smacked in the ass? Okay, you do you.
That's so funny, dude. Oh. So, can you explain to me who the fuck?
The pen corner, nice.
Record anywhere with the pen corner, and this lady's got it fucking up here.
Well,
and
of
then
course.
Look at his face. Look at his face, like,
What's that? Oh, all right, I
I
guess.
wonder what she's doing.
I love how you got it on a continuous loop.
Like,
oh, thank you.
who
I needed to see that facial expression multiple times.
Yep. It just gets better every time. Oh. This is how you handle tear gas. Just figured everyone should know. And cone. And water.
Oh shit, look at that.
And we're good.
Yeah, then they show up with nightsticks and beat the shit out of you, but that's okay.
Yes, but at least, you know, one step at a time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One step at a time. Just put one foot in front of the other. What? Sorry.
Put your one foot
Speaking
down, down. Oh!
Oh, God.
Damn! Oh, that's gonna wake my son up. Oh, boy.
Like...
That one hurt. You go with your bad self, dude. That's gonna... Call an ambulance.
Call an ambulance.
No, Lee. I know, Lee. We're having fun.
And the next one. Oh, here we go. Just in time. Noli, look at this dummy. Watch this shit. And action. Wait for it. He's got to get. Oh, and he's gonna get him. Ah, fuck you. I'm out, bitch. I'm out. See you. Bye. Like, he's gotta pick it all up, and then look at the run. This is the I fucked up run. I fucked up. I fucked up. Bye. He fucked up.
Like he wouldn't see the. Like he wouldn't see the spike strip.
Like no one saw.
There was an attempt. That's exactly where this belonged.
The fucking thing.
This belonged in. There was an attempt, and that's exactly where it was.
There was an attempt.
Not much of one, but there was one.
Oh, you know this guy.
Oh, Vic DiBenedetto.
You know
Yeah,
this
he
guy.
lives about 15 minutes from me.
It ticks me off. Whenever I go shopping, anywhere, I go to the parking lot, I park away from everybody. I don't want anybody parked around me because nobody gives a because it's all about them. They open the door, they bang your door, nobody cares because it's all about them. I like to park far away. I like to walk. It's a good exercise. I don't got to be the first mutant. I don't have to have the first spot in front of the store because I'm a spoiled freaking mutant. I don't take handicap spaces because I don't deserve it. I like to park far away. I like to walk. Clears out my head. Look at all these spots. Look at all these spots, okay? I come back to the store, and this guy's got to park right next to me. Not over there, not over there. All these spots, he's got to park right here, right here. That's what ticks me off.
Look at the face. The face at the end is the best. The face, dude, Vic.
Isn't it, though?
God bless you, Vic.
Oh.
And he's right. What a fucking asshole that dude is.
He is.
Okay.
Yep. That's like the guy who gets right up next to you in the urinal. When there's like there's way more urinals. No? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Like the whole line?
Action.
Yes. Oh, boy. Oh! Oh! That literally bent. Yeah, that literally bent the whole thing. That's what it looked like to me.
He bent it.
He bent the pole. Ow.
That sucks.
Eee.
Oh. One more time.
Oh.
Oh. Fucking sucks. I want to know who this person is.
Babe, smile. Smile, babe. Babe, smile.
What is happening?
What?
Why?
I don't have
so
an
many
answer.
questions. No answers. No answers.
He's
None at all.
Yeah. He's having a rough day, I'm
He's
guessing.
got all the safety equipment.
That dude's having a rough day.
He's got all the safety equipment.
Okay. He's got a yellow vest.
He's about to, at least.
Wait.
In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Dong. But why? Was he trying to give himself a concussion?
I think.
Testing
that was
the safety
Maybe he wanted to
equipment.
get a day off work. You know?
That makes me think of the
Yeah,
Super
little
Troopers.
workers'
A good cop does what with his equipment before he reaches it in the field? He tests it.
Tests his
That's
equipment.
right, Rabbit. He tests it.
Oh. Well, here's a kayak test equipment.
Uh-oh.
Equipment test.
I hope there's no gator coming out of that equipment.
Oh, that gator down on that bayou?
Oh, Bojo.
You got that bayou gator there?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going
Hey,
to
old
pop out of the
Cypress
water?
Swamp.
Somewhere.
See, and it's sometimes nice and relaxing on the bayou. Me and Boudreaux out here, we relax and whatnot.
That's not a bog. That's a bog. That is ominous looking to me.
There's a cypress swamp. Looks like Florida, actually.
Oh!
And fuck.
Oh!
Don't go
What?
there.
What?
Don't go underwater. That's bad.
What?
There you go. You're good. You're alive.
What the hell just happened?
The gator.
Did I miss something?
Like, watch right. See that?
Oh!
Right? He's right here. Cruising
Oh
in.
shit!
Like this whole big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and he knocks the boat right
hits the
over.
boat, like, bow. Yep.
Because he thinks the boat's gonna come attack him. Dang.
Or it's food.
I think it's
a
more
deer or something.
It's more defensive.
Imagine it was this though. Like, why? That's a human diver, right here.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
That is a large gator. Was that about 14, 16 feet long?
Oh yeah. Get you at least 10 purses. You know.
Yeah.
But which one was this one? And action. Oh, I remember.
Parkour, parkour.
And yump. Oh shit.
Oh shit. That's a shark.
Like
do, do, do,
that's
do,
a
do.
shark. That's a big shark. Do 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 do.
Do, 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 do. Somebody, it's so funny. I was
You ever
sitting next to my
got
wife.
backdraft?
I was sitting next to my wife last night, and you text me, she's coming out to Baby Shark. I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not there to hear it.
Yeah, one of the fighters on UFC is Baby Shark. I think she won that fight, so good for her. So, but anyway, this is Puerto Rico. Boricuans represent. That's the fucking power lines and shit.
Oh my God. It's a fireworks show. Thanks, Elon. He rebuilt their grid. Oh my God. It's coming right for us.
Oh, and there's the transformer gonna go.
Boom. There goes. Dude. Once it starts sending that charged line through, you're done. Need shadow band over here.
Yeah, I know, right?
He tell you everything that happened there. Orale. Where's our...
That's fucked up. That broke there. Y'all should fix that. Dude, this video's kind of ridiculous. So, you know, you're in late at night, you don't want to go outside to go for a smoke, so you hang out the window, right?
Sure. Been there, done that.
So you got
Uh-oh.
the open window.
And
Luckily,
your
this is
ass.
censored.
Uh-oh.
This is he's Jay Bird naked.
No. No. Goose.
Hi, Puppo. Puppo, what's
Oh! No, no, no. Wow.
We'll never know what happened. We'll never know.
Damn.
Thus is the legend.
Damn.
This lady just has skills. That's all I can say.
Whoa! Wait, what? Did that thing just flop out onto the floor and he just booted it right back in like a soccer ball? That was sick.
He just fucking kicked that shit. Watch. And I fucking told you, get your ass in there.
Damn!
Get
Sign
your
him
ass
up.
in there. Just I mean, like, oh, another Corona boredom victim. That's
We
what
got
this
lots
is
of
like.
those.
Oh,
Just
gotta get the Coke bottle. Gonna make me a TikTok.
And it's on video. Why would you ever, ever, ever put that up anywhere? Wow.
Like, I mean, because we're gonna play it.
Mhm.
I mean, everyone knows it's gonna make it to us eventually.
Oh. We're just gonna find it.
You know. Oh, I'll find it.
1, 2, 3. Put it in. Why is that the bet then? Why would you want something more extreme than just a little pinch? Well, I just put it in. And why is he filming as well? Because obviously something's gonna go wrong. Nothing's gonna go wrong. I've done it. I've done it.
Oh,
Oh man. Bitch.
Why?
That's peer pressure. That's why. That is absolutely with peer pressure.
Pussy. Pussy.
Oh, bitches.
Thank you. Good night. I'll be here all week. This one's good. For everyone hadn't learned about swamp chicken yet.
What? What the fuck?
This is swamp chicken.
I'm really afraid. I'm really afraid. I'm fucking afraid.
Dude, you have a bag of feed. What do you expect he's gonna do?
The audio is slowed down.
The audio is great.
That's funny shit. I think it was better slowed down, honestly.
You had the food. Okay. We've all seen people do the rings.
Little gymnast ring action.
He's pretty jacked. Please tell me this don't come down from the ceiling. Oh no.
Do a little
3,
little rows.
4,
You know what I'm saying? Get that pump.
5. 6, 7,
And
8.
Just gotta
9,
like make it back down
10.
on the ground now. Then I'll
Oh
look
no!
cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I made it.
Ouch.
I made it.
That's face first.
I made it. Do I look cool? Do I look cool now?
Damn.
So
It's
you were
impressive that he can
overinflated
get
a
himself
basketball?
up there and do that. Yes, it's a big
Oh
mess.
yeah, it very much is. You just have to stick the landing, bro.
He stuck it. He just didn't stick it the right way. Oh boy.
So you take overinflated basketball.
Bap.
Like
everybody in the gym just felt like it was a gunshot.
Like, oh, fuck. Fuck
That's
that.
great. That's funny.
I like ending things on bangs. It just makes it work out,
Uh-oh.
All right, we're safe.
It's coming right for us.
We did it. Like literally, like mortar fired them.
Right over the car.
Like they're all like, yeah, running, gotta get behind the snow and the car. All right, we're good.
Notice nobody got up afterwards either.
No, like, and the video ends like,
Nice.
Here's another basketball one. You'll like this one. And action.
Wait, a Hurricane Rana. That is not. Oh, RKO.
Suplex.
Oh, a super kick to the back of the head. Oh, damn. Oh.
They're doing
What
that on
the-
hardwood, which is
What
crazy.
the? Yes, they are. Wait, what?
You probably
Dude,
knew all those names.
Alex Knight would definitely know what all those are. Yes, that was a Stone Cold Stunner at the end. Yes, we do.
Who's the kick? I know the kick. The kick
That's
is
a-
somebody.
That's Shawn Michaels,
Like
the
that
super kick.
Side kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was what?
I thought you liked that one.
That was
Those are
what?
so many of those in there.
Bro. Alex Knight would definitely be flipping out when he saw that. We have to send that to him. And oh boy, is this a ski jump?
Sledding? When's the last time you went sledding?
A very, very, very long time ago.
Okay.
This looks like mass
And
sledding.
action. This is some Rosebud for Indy. Rosebud.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Oh! I don't think the hay broke his fall. Oh, dude, that sounded and seemed quite painful.
Violent? Yeah.
It broke the whole damn thing in half.
People might be injured.
I hope they had some paramedics on board.
I think they have helmets. So safety.
All right, what do we got there? Let's look up on Sousson. Oh, are we not done? You got one more?
I thought I did.
Because I went back to Two Shot. We're gonna have to have another Jimmy appearance if we're going to.
I'm looking for it. I had one. Where'd it go? I had to find it. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back, and now we're gonna have a Jimmy intro again.
And I watch mindless shit, boats that smash into other boats.
Okay.
And then this. So I figured I'd end on a real bang. So you see these?
I do see those.
Pay attention to the colored squares.
That looks like a construction site.
Pay attention to those. Mm-hmm. Yep. Some people might know what this is. But just watch the colored squares. That's the important part. Because any second now.
There will be no more colored squares.
No, but watch them. Watch
They went
where they go. Look, like you could pause it almost like
they went straight up in the air is where they went.
Like they're levitating now.
They're straight up in the air is what I was about to say. Yes, they went straight up. Damn. And then everything else beyond them.
Yeah, like that's
once that oxygen got in there, it was all over. Damn.
Petrol station in Saudi Arabia, but yeah, fire crazy. But anyway,
Kitty. Oh, speaking of which, where was Uncle Warren tonight? Oh, I think he was watching. Jimmy was talking to John Kiriakou. I think that it's probably over at this point. So hopefully Warren's showing up. If not, he'll watch the replay and he'll laugh whenever he sees that.
Yeah.
So that was episode 35. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We talked about some propaganda. We took a shit on Noam Chomsky, which is always good. Know me.
Yep.
Stone know me. And
we watched the crayons get made, didn't we, boys and girls?
Mm-hmm.
We learned to make fruit salad.
Everybody go subscribe to IndieNews.Network, to everything.com/IND-Left-News, Rockfin, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, everything.IND/IND-Left-News. Again, we're members of the Indie News Network. Now 24 content creators. You heard that correctly. 24. We will be making some announcements, and some things have already been happening. Some people have already been kind of publicly announced a little bit. Someone who had a video go viral today, so definitely check that out. If you go to the INN, Joe at STFU Shitlib, he put together a fire video today of a collection of people who were asking for money quite a bit, so you might want to check that out. That was pretty fun. But in the meantime, we will be off next week. I'm going to take Memorial Day off for the with the family and go away to the beach. So we will be back on Sunday night, and that would be June 5th. So I'm gonna miss this, but how did you miss that? I don't know how you're gonna miss it. Definitely subscribe to independentleft.news, leftist.today. Going to be publishing at least, independentleft.news will update every day whether I'm there to do anything or not. I'm going to try to take a couple days off this weekend or next weekend for to be with the family and not publish Substack. So you'll probably see that disappear for a couple days. But we'll be back after Memorial Day for sure. And again, I appreciate everybody spending time watching. Thank you for hanging out tonight and for all the support always. Follow all our INN brothers and sisters, IndieNews.Network. You can find all the network channels, and you can get a link to all of the content creators. I need to actually update that page with the new content creators and all their links. So, for my Sunday night, it is midnight. Look at that. We're right on 2 hours. Perfect. So, I would say, peace out, everyone. Love to everyone.
Keep listening to what little birds have to tell you.
Listen to my brother over there. Take it easy, everyone. Later.
Bye-bye.